Hey everyone. So I'm at the park right now, and maybe I should turn the car off so it's a little less noisy. And so I didn't. On Friday, Fridays are usually kind of slow, so I didn't get any new messages from recruiters. I did have one, I would call it like a screening. Usually you speak with a recruiter before they'll submit you to a company. So I spoke with just one person yesterday, and this was for, I think, one of the emails that I'd gotten that said they were looking for somebody on site in the Bay Area. So I think I confirmed, yeah, that was San Francisco, out in California, not like Green Bay in Wisconsin here. So I don't think that would really make sense. And the what I found was that the dollar amount that they have budgeted for somebody was a lot lower than what I usually bill at. So I don't really think that that's going to be a fit, but you never know. Sometimes I don't know. I kind of have a hard time balancing, like, do I talk to every recruiter and waste a bunch of time, or do I just focus on one recruiter that has like clients that have good sized budgets? Um, on one hand, I don't want to waste their time, but on the other hand, they might come up with an opportunity in the future that would be a good fit, and I would hate for them to miss out on like the opportunity to pair up somebody with their client. So I don't know. It's something that I struggle with getting anywhere between like 4 and 8 recruiters contacting me a day. If I spend 15 minutes talking to each person, that's like 2 hours a time. I think that's just way too much for me. But so that's how that's going on that front. So aside from that, what I wanted to show here was that so as I transition my current project over to a new team, I want to try to share with them some of the tools that I use on a daily basis to just make things go faster. Like often I'll be talking to maybe an analyst or an end user, and I would want them to like update a value in a certain field, but they don't have that field on a page layout for them to be able to even see or edit it. So in an enterprise situation, you really can't just go and add a field to a page layout. Typically, there's a big change management process of going through that. So you have to have ways to edit the data without having a field on a page layout. So I've got, I guess, 3 common ways that I do that. The first one would be just going to developer console, since I don't need to install any software to make this work. It's just like a quick and easy kind of thing to do. So let's say I want to edit the name of this account. I grab the ID from the URL, and then I just do a query. Let me make this smaller. And I would select the ID and the name from the object, which is account, where the ID is equal to the one that I want. And so I basically, you get it here, and then you can double click on there and edit it. Test one from dev console. And then, so it's got the little red indicator next to it. So now if you save rows, then it's going to push that. So if I come over here and refresh, I've got the new data. So that's the quick one. And typically, like if I just tell someone, oh, just modify it through dev console, sometimes they get a little bit nervous about doing that. But it doesn't have to be that scary, of course. It's powerful, so you got to be careful. Like you can just go through and start deleting stuff, right? The other way that I do it is with this tool called Organizer. So I would say I primarily use Organizer because it has so this is an extension that you install into your Chrome browser, and then it not only lives as a little tab. I think you can reposition that to wherever you want, but it also lives as an icon up in here. So you can it manages your username and passwords, so that I have like a list of like 20 to 30 orgs in there, and you can just quickly log into the org without having to know a bunch of passwords and whatnot. That's what I primarily use it for, but it also has this SoqlX fields. And in here, you can query and get a list of all the fields that you have access to. So I can jump to the name field and then edit it from organizer and then save it. And then that will update it. So that's method number 2. If this is like there's a free version and a paid version. I think the free version is just fine for doing things like that. I have the paid account, but it can do a bunch of other stuff. I use this for queries pretty often too, because you can get a list of the field names. So you can do select star from account, and then if you go like back and do control space, you can say all fields. So that's a pretty cool way to get the list of fields instead of having to type them all in. But anyway, getting distracted. The third way that I use is this SoqlX. I don't know how to pronounce it. SoqlX. So I use this a lot for doing Apex programming, but the editor, the query tool, works pretty well too. So if I add name, so I've got the list here, and I guess the reason I don't like to do it is because as you start changing values here, it just like saves it right away, and I don't know, it just makes me a little bit nervous. I don't even know the name of it. It's like, yeah, Explorer. Yeah, so right when I hit enter, it's changed it. Refresh. Yeah, so it pushes it right away. Yeah, its Apex is pretty nice. I like to be able to see all the objects here. If I want to do that query of all fields, I think you can just like double click this. Yeah, and it puts them all in there. So that's kind of nice. But it's only on Mac, so if you're on Windows, you're out of luck. But yeah, I guess those are the 3 tools, I guess, in the order that I would probably do it if I just needed to do something quickly. If I'm doing like mass like data modifications, I'll typically use this SoqlX, because it's easy to do like an export of the data here and then load it back in. It's pretty handy. Yeah, so that's all I got for this video. And so as I'm transitioning the project to the next team, I'm going to make note of all the tools that I recommend to them, and then I'll follow up with making a video to kind of show you those tools day by day. Okay, that's it. Have fun.